today. I told my wife, Morgan, I don't know nothing about wholesale real estate. I will make six figures by the end of this year. Guess what I did? I spoke it into existence. I believed it. I acted it. I made six figures by the end of the year. Guess what? Then I told her, I said, baby, I'm going to make 50 G's in a month. Guess what I did last year? 50 G's in a month. I said, baby, this is crazy. I'm going to make 100 G's in a month. Guess what? Spoke it into existence. That's the power of your tongue. Do you guys want to know this? I don't know if you guys believe in the Bible or whatnot. I do, believe it or not. It's actually right behind me right here. Let me tell you what. God says that he spoke life into existence. The breath of life inside of you right now, you know, what beats your heart and what gets your body to move whenever you think about it, that's actually how complex it is. We don't even got to go into it. He spoke life into existence. Guess what? The Holy Spirit, the power of God, is within you. He tells us that in the Bible. Maybe you guys believe in the Bible. Maybe you didn't even know that. The kingdom of heaven, eternity in all of its perfection, Bible says it's within you. It's within your heart. Guys, I believe that the Spirit of God, all powerful, eternal being that was so powerful, he created us. I believe it's inside of me. And so when I speak, it happens. Why? Because the power of God. I don't say it's me. I don't say I'm good enough. I don't say I'm so powerful. No. God is so powerful. And guys, let me know. an offer if they're willing to have a conversation, because that's a motivated lead if they're willing to sit on the phone with you. But you don't need them, they need you.
Appreciate that.
100%, bro. That makes sense. Did that help at all?
Yeah.
100%, bro.
Acknowledge,
address, advance.
Acknowledge. It's cool. Right on. That is really good. Who else? Whoever has their hand raised right now. Donna, let me hit this person. All right, go ahead.
I'll go for it.
Yeah, it's just iPhone 6. I don't know your name. It just says iPhone 6. But you got your hand raised. No,
I was driving, so I didn't get to put my name in there. I just had a quick question because let me lower my hand.
Before you start, what is your name? And I'll rename your thing so we could have a personal talk here.
I'm Ali, A-L-I. It's Ali.
Cool. All right, shoot it. Noah's ready for your question.
Okay, so I was real busy these past couple of weeks, and I was slacking a little bit, but and I contacted him. I'm pretty sure he's been busy and stuff like that, but I'm ready to proceed and continue going. And I feel a little bit stuck right now because the next step was supposed to be the call. So I was wondering what y'all recommend for me to do, because I've been studying the cold calling. I cold called before as well, before I joined the course. And I feel like I could try to pull some lists and get to calling, but I just want to make sure what the next step y'all recommend for me to do. And not only that, yeah, someone say something?
I was gonna say, what you been busy doing, man?
Well, to be real, bro, I'm a full-time college student, and I've been spending a lot of time with my grandmother recently because she came back from Egypt and she got done with surgery. So I just been, to be honest, it's also Ramadan. I've been fasting too. So it's just been a lot of stuff that's been going on, and that's on my end. That was my bad, but I'm trying to come back and get back on track and do the best I can here, you know? And I was also wondering, I heard there's like a Slack chat that we're supposed to be in. Maybe, I don't know if it's just like a couple members or everybody in one, but I haven't been able to ask people that many questions, you know?
Yeah, for sure. That's something I would recommend reaching out to. Do you have any, when you got initiated into the course, have you talked to has Natalie and or Roy sent you anything about anything?
Yeah, so in the Slack chat, originally they said what's up, and I said what's up back. You know, we're talking a little bit. And then I texted them. I haven't got any responses in the past day or two, though. Ashton, though, he did respond. He said he's going to give Roy a call, but I'm sure, I know everyone's busy. You know, I won't take too much of anyone's time.
Yeah, no, 100%. 100%. Yeah, no, it's a really, really busy time. As far as scheduling goes, with any time you want to get on a call with Roy, I would recommend reaching out to Natalie, and Natalie is the one that usually manages Roy's call calendar and getting stuff booked. So she would be your best option for that. But yeah, Roy might be able to answer your question right now more directly, but I'm not sure if he's busy at the moment.
I would say, can y'all hear me? Yeah. I would say reach out to Natalie to book your call. If you reach out to Natalie, she'll find a time. I don't have any more times this entire week. So I'll be for the rest of the month. But in April, beginning of April, we're gonna have more open times.
All right, bet. I'll make sure I'm be the first one. I'm gonna text her right after.
Yeah, and we're also what we're doing is we're now doing group onboarding so that we can get more people. If you still want to do that one-on-one, you can request the one-on-one. But now with the group onboarding, more people can get onboarded at the same time, and you can just get it a little bit quicker.
For sure. If I could ask you this, what would you recommend for me to do other than text Natalie as of tonight? I want to
just to stay to make sure you're still taking action.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that. What I would say is right now, I really need you to be good on the phone, because as soon as we have our onboarding call, you're going to be on the phone literally the next day, if not the next 2-3 hours. So I need you to be really, really good on the phones. So I would say go through volume 2, go through cold calling mastery. And then after that, I need you to learn how to run numbers. I see a lot of people in here who don't know how to run numbers. So I'm like, yo, let's kind of learn how to run numbers together. And I'll be doing a training on that next Monday. So next Monday, I'll be learning, teaching guys how to run comps, but learn how to run your numbers, learn how to talk on the phone. If you could do those 2 things for me before our onboarding call, by the time I choose your market and then pull your list for you, you'll be hitting the ground running.
All right, for sure. So text Natalie on Slack.
Yes. Oh, that's to book a call. To book a call, text Natalie on Slack. Yeah. And then also, I haven't gotten any of your messages. Where are you sending your messages to?
It was on the messages, just regular normal
Oh,
messages.
brother. I don't check my phone. I'll just go ahead and give you the heads up. Like so as soon as I get to my office, right, my phones go off and I literally throw them into the other room. So I don't check my phone. As everybody tries to hit me up on iMessage, shoot me a text on Slack. You have a Slack channel. I think you know how to use Slack, right?
Yeah.
Are you in Slack?
Yeah, I'm in it. I'm not 100%
Yeah, you
sure how to use it correct.
You texted me today. Yeah, you texted me. You said Podio and Tim Mark is done. And I responded to you. Yeah. So just text in Slack, and then there's a video on how to use the Slack in in Start Here section that I just added. Go back to Start Here. Watch how to use Slack because this is going to be your bread and butter in terms of getting to Roy as fast as possible.
All right, for sure. Appreciate that, man. Sounds good.
100%, bro. We got you.
All right, have a good one, Pete. Thank you.
Noah, I got some questions. No, Dominic, you got a question for Noah?
Yeah, just a quick question. I'm trying to figure out your work-life balance. Because you're doing all these deals. So what's your work-life balance?
He got a baby on the way too.
Well,
Yeah, but I want to hear this one too.
I want to hear this one. Noah, help us.
This question, man. What you trying to balance, bro?
I don't got a family, I guess, but that's not really anything major. Yeah, I just kind of want more time, and I'm spending all my time dialing right now. I'm probably gonna get a cold caller soon, but I just want to get your feedback on your work-life balance and what I should do as of right now. Because I've been doing, I'll give you a little context. I've been doing this for 3 years. I just got back into it. Closed a deal last week. Got another deal, I think, or EMD. I'm getting funded tomorrow, and then closing a deal next week as well. So Yeah, so I'm thinking about getting a cold caller because just kind of free me up and actually get me to speak to leads. So what do you think, and also what's your work-life balance? So what do you think about my situation, and then as far as your work-life balance?
Yeah, man, 100%. I would absolutely say you are 110, 15,000% doing the correct thing by hiring a cold caller. Like Roy says, I think about this almost every day. He says, fire yourself as soon as possible. Do any of you guys know what he means by that? He means when you're cold calling and you close a deal, boom, move out of the cold caller situation, move into the closer spot. Guess what? I told myself from the beginning, when I make $100,000 in a month, I will be ready to hire a closer. I just brought on my 18-year-old sister to close. Is she as reliable as she can be? Not quite, but I gave her a killer script, and I've been helping her, walking her through it. This is just the last couple days, by the way.
Yeah.
She's locked up. She's locked up almost 3 deals this week. 3 deals this week. I'm not even playing. It's the stupidest thing ever. So I'm saying, bro, fire yourself as soon as possible. You're doing a great job. You're going to free up so much time whenever you hire a cold caller. That being said, bro, there ain't no work-life balance, bro. You ain't retired yet, so there ain't no balance. It's work. Work is life, bro.
Yeah.
Life is work. And I'm saying until you're in a position where you're like, okay, I can kick my feet up and relax. You're working, bro. I got a wife. Does she get on me for working a lot? Yeah, she do. But guess what? 20 years from now, she's going to be very, very happy I put this work in. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Like we're in it, bro. We are in it. There is no work-life balance. I love my family. I love my family to death. I'm a family man. I'm a big family guy. I don't got friends. Why? Because they don't got the same mentality as me. But my family, they love me. They support me. They have my back. I love them. Whenever I'm with them, they have my full attention. That's it. You just got to be where your feet are, bro. There is no work-life balance. You're just work is life, bro. Work is life. You know what I mean?
And so what would you say, Noah, if for those that do, right? Obviously, yeah, you, me, Dominic, a lot of people in here, we just grind. What would you say when it feels like you are overwhelmed with work and you are stressed, you feel like this isn't how do people overcome that barrier of that mentally challenging barrier, right? Of how do I keep pushing? How do I keep putting in these long hours?
Number one, if you are stressed or if you are anxious, it's because you are putting off the work that needs done. Number two, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I'm working so much. Keep going. That's the hard part, guys. I just want to let you know, I can't even count how many people are in here. I guarantee if you are one of those people that have had success, you felt that at some point. You felt, oh, dude, I can't keep going. I got to spend more time with my family. I got to do this and this and this. It's about your priorities. If your priorities in life, which as a man, I personally know that from God, my priority is to provide, protect, and serve God. How do I serve God? I provide and I protect. So if I am not providing for my family, if my daughter that will be born within the next week does not have the best life and best childhood that a daughter can have in life, it's my fault. So what am I going to do right now? Guys, I don't know if you guys listen to Alex Hormozy much, but if you are struggling with this, if you are struggling with, I don't know about working so much, I don't know about, it's hard, I'm hitting a brick wall. Listen to Alex Hormozy. He's going to tell you there's no excuses for you to not have a 12-hour workday 6 days a week. And guys, ultimately, it's about who you surround yourself with. If you're guys, check your family, bro. If your family's your inner circle, check your family. Guys, listen. Don't get upset. I'm just saying, they may be your blood. They don't have to be your family. Guess what? My parents, my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my brother, my sister, they're not my blood. I was adopted. Everybody is my family. Everybody. I don't see blood as family. Why? Because I don't got it. I don't got it, bro. I was adopted. So I have a different perspective than you guys from the beginning. But that being said, check your inner circle. If your family is your inner circle and they don't want the best for you, you gotta separate yourself. You got to get around more people that are family, that do want the best for you, that do care about you, that are going to push you and motivate you. Guys, if you're not being pushed by your family, that's not love. That's not love, guys. And I'm not trying to be religious by any means. And by the way, it's not religion to me, it's reality. If you guys know anything about the story of Jesus Christ, whether you guys take that as fact or fiction, it's a story of a man who took the ultimate sacrifice, getting beat, getting whipped, getting clawed, getting, oh my gosh, every single punishment you could think imaginable, and he still pushed forward so that he could reach an award and a reward for us that was greater than the sacrifice and the punishment was. Like, that's what life is. We are to push through that. We are to carry the cross on our back, though the cross and our back is whipped and lashed and your skin's ripped off and you're bleeding out. You are to carry that cross on your back for your family. It's about sacrifice, guys. And if you won't sacrifice time, the most important thing you have, you're not sacrificing anything. Guys, I love my wife. The moment I get off this call, I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to love her so good. I'm going to give her a back massage. I ain't even going to talk about what else I'm going to do, but she's going to be loving tonight.
Okay.
That's all I'm thinking. She's going to be loving it, bro. Why? Because I give my all to everything. And let me tell you what, it's my perfect. And isn't that the greatest part about it? Isn't that the greatest part about it? She probably, if she gets on this phone call, she'll tell you, oh, he did this, he did this, he did this, he don't care. Oh, whatever, bro. Like, but that's life. Like, nobody's going to be perfect. So that should just give you even more hope in what you can achieve. And so I guess ultimately, sorry, I kind of veered off from the question you asked me, Parker. But if you guys are hitting that wall, run through it. There's no way around it. There's no way around it, guys. It's life. It's eternity. That wall is in front of you. It's not going to move. It's not going to move. But will you be an unstoppable object? You got to be. You got to just keep going. And Dominic, bro, for some reason, I was going to even say this, bro. There's something different about you, bro. I was thinking in my mind, this guy's closed deals. I know he's closing deals, bro. And you are. And so you're asking work-life balance, bro? Like, there's no work. It's just life.
And on that, Dominic, just first of all, Noah, that was beautiful, bro. What I learned in terms of work-life balance, me personally, and I probably wouldn't recommend it for most people, but I think Noah's doing it as well. Parker's doing it. There's no such thing as work-life balance until you learn how to delegate. So you're going to be working in your business, scaling it up. You can start spending time with your family once you learn how to delegate and build a team to take over all the stuff for you. So like, if I want to spend more time with my family, spend more time with my mom, my dad, my girlfriend, then that means I need to hire better. And then once I learn how to hire better, that's when I get to deserve to spend more time with them.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. There's no separation. I mean, we're doing this. This is our, this is our livelihood. So yeah, this is part of our lives.
Yeah.
When I look at older people that have been doing real estate, like our buyers, they don't have a work-life balance. They're literally just real estate buyers. That's all they do is buy real estate, look at real estate. So I gotta, kind of just set a few things different in my head.
If your family and those around you aren't questioning why you're working so much, right? Like I went to Hawaii over between Christmas and New Year's. I was up at 4 a.m. every fucking day in Hawaii because I had to be, because that's 10 a.m. and I'm not gonna, it's even though I'm on vacation, I have to work. I have to grind, right? And it's like I am not where I need to be, no matter where I am, no matter who I'm around. Like I have to get it done. Right? Like there's nothing, Dominic, you're doing a great job. Like, you're in those group calls every single day. You're leading people in the community. Everyone in here like learns from you. And like, that's just what you need to do, is just keep talking to people that are in the space as you. There's 2 people I call every day, almost every day, or text every day. It's literally either fucking Noah or Roy. Like I don't talk to anybody besides Noah or Roy because no one else is going to help me get to where I want to get. Right. So it's like, I realize that. And it's like, hey, if they've hit those 6 figures month. My next month, I'm at 80 grand. I'm almost at 100. Right. Who's going to help me get there? It's these 2. Right. You know what I mean?
I have questions for both of y'all. Getting to y'all's, Parker, you're gonna hit your first 100K next month. I already know it's coming.
Yes,
but
I know.
Noah,
dude, I just hopefully locking up the deal from Noah's skip tracing.
Right, bro. Noah, you got to introduce that skip tracing to the community. By the way, Noah has some skip tracing. We'll talk about that in a second. But I want to know what changed from your 10K month to your 50K month to your now 100K month, and same thing for you, Parker.
Yeah, I mean, I'll tell you straight.
And Charlie, because I know Charlie's had a 100K month too.
Let's go, man. Yeah. I'll tell you guys from my experience, more focus, more consistency. That's it. Let me tell you guys, my biggest deal for this $100,000 month, which is about to turn into 130 real quick within the next 48 hours, it'll be 130. Guys, one of the deals was $78,000. It was a 4-month follow-up, and guess what? I knew it was a deal so bad. I followed up with this woman relentlessly, without ceasing, every day. Sent her a text, gave her 3 dials a day, every single day, without fail. Her name was Beverly, and the text that she finally answered, I can show you guys the chat. I'll just be scrolling forever, though, with you guys seeing my long text, my long, meaningful, loving text. And guys, I said, Beverly, what is your favorite lunch spot in the area? She didn't answer any other question, but she answered that one. I said, okay, Sunday at 1 o'clock, let me take you out. She said, okay. So I drove 8 hours to Greensboro, North Carolina, took this woman out to lunch. She picked the most expensive restaurant. I paid for it. Crazy, bro. And I gave her $100.
You're nuts for that one.
For real, bro. I gave her
$100. That's commitment. That's great work.
It's when you know, when you feel called, you go. And guys, I literally gave her $100 bill in person, a Benjamin, and I said, hey, take this. And she said, do you want a receipt for it? I said, no, Beverly. I want you to be able to trust my word like I can trust your word. And guess what? I handed her the contract at the table. She didn't sign it, bro. She didn't sign it.
Oh, no.
I was going nuts. I was like, bro, I cannot believe I just did this. But within 48 hours, she signed it on DocuSign. And we're rocking and rolling. She signed it at 7 p.m. at night, sent it out to 3 buyers. 3, that's it. I had 3 VIP buyers. I said, I know they're going to want it. Sent it out to 3 buyers. Within 12 hours, at 6 a.m., I had an offer. Had it locked up at 75. Had an offer at 153,000 within 12 hours.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
That's the difference, bro. I just followed up. I stayed consistent, and I just went all in. I just gave them my all.
Didn't you have was it a 40 or 50K deal like 2 months ago? You went and knocked on their door?
Yeah, she just signed that 48 hours ago.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She just signed that 48 hours ago.
That's crazy.
I'll get an offer on it tomorrow. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's gonna be $130,000 a month real quick.
Yeah.
And it's just from consistency. That's it. You just gotta stay focused. That's it. Nothing else. Stay focused.
Yeah. I love that.
I would say I'm very similar on like just that staying focused is like I have my non-negotiables now with real estate that I have to hit every day, right? No matter how tired I am, how fucking hungry I am, how bad I need to get to the gym, how bad my wife needs me, no matter what, I have non-negotiables that are I have to follow up and I have to make offers every single day. No matter what, I have to make offers every single day. And that's what I think made like the biggest switch for me. And like full transparency, I still have my hard months. I called Roy like 30 days ago and I was like, dude, like everything just went belly up, bro. I was like, I'm fucking stressing, dude. And we talked and we're literally just like, bro, keep dying, keep doing your thing. And I had 80 grand assigned in like 3 weeks. Right. And it's just about consistency. And like, that's what I've had months that my third month in wholesaling, I did 50 grand. And then I over leveraged myself and I removed those negotiables and I started being lazy because I had a team and I trusted and I just put everything into it. And it didn't work because the root of it is you have to make dials, you have to do follow-ups, and you have to close deals. And that's what was the biggest change for me, was just staying consistent with all that.
Love that. Love that. Charlie, I don't know if you're there right now. Charlie, do you have any advice for hitting your first 100K in a month? Or what was the difference between a 10 to 100? Okay, I'm not sure if Charlie's here. Noah,
what was your biggest difference, Roy?
My biggest difference, I guess I can share that. My biggest difference, honestly, was
I think Charlie just said he's here. If you want to let him take it real quick.
All right, Charlie, you go ahead and go, and I'll go after you.
All right, what was your question?
What was the biggest difference from your first 10K month with wholesale real estate to getting to 100? What changed?
I think I messaged it in the chat. Just
Okay.
You know, when I first started, I just wanted lay down deals where I was just happy making 5K, 10K, and then I met with a buddy of mine, and he was telling me, he's like, "Yeah, man, we're averaging 28K per assignment," and I realized, okay, well, I asked him, I was like, "Okay, so what's the difference between you and me?" And he's like, "Well, I'm actually trying to solve harder problems." And so,
yeah,
Roy, you remember when we met with you?
Yeah.
Like, we went from flipping to buying rentals, and my wife and I thought buying rentals was going to be the greatest thing ever. Well, last month we sold 65 units that we own in South Carolina. We just sold another 32. It kind of, I hope it gives y'all an idea. That's how much I hate being a landlord.
Wow.
I hate it.
Wow.
Now. But what I did do is I realized, oh, well, I like self-storage. And so my pivot this year is I'm going to buy self-storage and I'm going to solve bigger problems. And so for us, my willingness to solve bigger problems, meaning like, you know, deals where there's like 10 heirs, 15 heirs, you know, most people are going to run away from those. Lately, that's been my big focus, and it's paid off really well. So we consistently, through those types of deals, we're averaging on those deals $50,000 per assignment.
Wow.
So, like, we'll close one tomorrow for $56,000. Yeah, and we literally paid cash for deed. We gave the guy $500. We turned around, or we'll turn around, we'll pay off the back taxes, and then we'll assign it to a buyer.
Charlie, is that reverse flipping?
Man, I don't even know what reverse flipping is, man. I just know, what we're targeting now is exactly what I told Roy the last time I was on. Our big target now is we're focused on tax delinquency, and we're focusing on estates and airships. And so, like, anytime there's deals where there's estates or trusts or anything like that, those are the deals we go after, as long as they're minimum 2 years tax delinquent.
Gotcha. Right on, man. That's awesome.
I love
That's
that.
really cool.
Congrats, Charlie. And Charlie, I got one more question. So everybody reads the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and they're just like, all right, I need to build a real estate portfolio. I need to get all these rental properties. And I remember, like, when I first met you, I think you guys had even asked if I did a flip or had any property. I was like, no, right? I've never been interested in having a portfolio. But I know there's a lot of people in here just like, okay, I want to do wholesaling, and then I want to build a portfolio. What's the reality of building a portfolio?
Man, right now interest rates suck, guys. So I mean, if you're gonna be looking to build a real estate portfolio, be prepared to hang on for the next couple of years, not really cash flow, and wait till rates come back down. But, you know, like I mentioned a minute ago, for me, I realized that people really don't take care of your stuff like you do. So when you rent something to them, you also need to be prepared to have a CapEx budget. And if you don't have a CapEx budget, don't even think about buying a rental because it's going to become a nightmare.
Yeah.
So like I said, that's why my pivot this year is to buy self-storage.
Self-storage. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. My pivot this year is going to be development. Any advice on that? Have you done development, new development?
No, so you know what's crazy about that? Taste
What?
is working with a developer in Hawaii. They're doing a multi-billion-dollar development.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that because that's going to allow us to use their network
Yeah.
to be able to get in on the development side. And then like I've got a bunch of buddies here in DFW that are developing as well. So
Yeah.
That is something that I would be interested in the future is new construction for rent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
New construction for rent. And then when we refi out, you're at 25-35% still in.
I love
right?
that.
Or still 25-35% equity after you refinance.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good idea. Very good idea.
And
that kid Noah, that's awesome, man. I love that. I'm glad I came on.
Yeah, bro. Noah's crushing it. My biggest difference, and I want to go right back to Noah because Noah has so much energy, bro, and I love it. My biggest difference from going from 10 to 100 is one, just doubling down on what works. To simplify it, is just like the thing that kept me under 20K a month was like, oh, I'm gonna try this thing. I'm gonna try this thing. Okay, I found a market that works. Fuck that market. I'm doing this one over here. It's like, just once you find success in one thing, just double down on it and don't look anywhere else. Don't learn about Section 8. Don't learn about Sub 2. I don't care about Sub 2. There was a time where I tried to learn Sub 2. I made less money trying to figure out Sub 2. And I was just like, look, I'm just going to figure out on what works. I'm going to double down on just cash and the market that works. For me, that was Greenville and Springfield, Missouri. I was like, I'm going to double down on those two markets, and that's what's going to take me to the next level. And once I did that, that's when I was able to cross 100. Noah, whenever I got to my first...
Sorry, real quick. Can I also just add this?
Yeah.
Guys, so Roy and his team are the coaches for a reason. I've had like 15, 20 people reach out to me. Guys, stop being wishy-washy about the program. If you're going to get in the program and you reach out to somebody, like I've told all of these people, hey, did you do this in the program? All of them did not do any of the education of the program. You cannot shortcut the steps.
I want y'all to know the program was built off Charlie's success. Like Charlie was the first person I ever worked with. And I was like, all right, Charlie, let's figure this out. And I had a system that worked. And I was just like, I'm gonna make sure it works for you too. And as I was like, Charlie was there when like there was like barely any videos in the program. I don't even think there was a program yet, right, Charlie? I don't even think
there wasn't.
Yeah, I don't think the blueprint was ready. But after like working with them, I was like, okay, that works. That's working for them. That's not working for them. Okay, cool. Oh my gosh, they closed their first deal. Thank the Lord. Okay, I'm not a scammer. Awesome. Like I'm just like, okay, how do I continue to help them scale? And like as I was working with them, I just like put everything in the blueprint. Okay, this works for them. This doesn't work for them. This only works for me. So maybe I can't teach this for a lot of people. Okay, I'm going to teach it like this. So just follow the blueprint step by step. I appreciate that, Charlie.
Every day that I'm usually in a group call, like obviously this last week I wasn't, but 9 out of 10 questions I ask can be answered if you guys just studied the blueprint deeper. Everything that you need to know. Ask Roy when he gave this to me. He's like, here's this, try it. I didn't ask him shit, and I was just like, found a market, got a deal, it's closing for 12 grand. Because everything I needed to know was in there. Like, and that's what was in there for John Luca. That was what's in there for Dominic. That's what's in there for Noah. It was with Charlie, Erickson, all these people that have deals that are in the works. It's just from studying exactly what you guys paid to receive. So don't cheap out on your studying on anything. It's literally, guys should, if you feel uncomfortable, be watching these modules 2, 3, 4, 5 times until you feel like you can go to court and battle with someone on the knowledge of wholesaling.
Yeah. Like for y'all, like I want y'all to imagine going into the Louis store, buying a bag, and then just leaving the bag there and walking out. That's what a lot of you guys do. Like you guys spend a damn near a fucking Louis bag to learn this, and then like we don't look at the blueprint. Why are we not looking at it? It's a lot of information. I get it. I try to organize it in the best way possible, but the blueprint is going to show you step by step, week by week. I created a Lego blueprint. If you guys ever built a Lego set, you just gotta follow the blueprint in the Lego set. It's that simple.
Lisa, do you have a question?
Oh yeah. Lisa, you there?
Yes, hi. Sorry, I can't turn my camera on. I'm on a different time zone. I travel. I'm in the air a whole lot. So I just
Oh, no worries.
happen to log on just for a few. I have to actually get my wake up call to travel in a few hours, but I wanted to log on. I'm pretty new here, so this is a question that I have. My situation is a little different than you guys. You guys are my son's age, so I'm pretty established in my career. I'm kind of like going to retire in the next 5 years.
Mhm.
So
Congratulations.
thank you. I want to do wholesale. I have some real estate background, but my goal's a little different. I don't have a goal of making $100,000 a year with wholesale. I kind of want to work smarter, not harder at this age, because I do have a little bit of a crutch. But what I plan is I do want to do wholesale to make money, maybe 20, 30 grand a month. And so I can go into some burr properties. That's what I'm interested in at this point in my life, because I do want to have a little portfolio, but maybe about 8 doors. That's it for me and what I want to do going forward. So my question is for you guys who have already done the thing, I do have a full-time job. However, I have flexibility. I know hard work. I know commitment. I know how to make it happen. Been there, done that. So for me, hard work, getting up at 3 o'clock, I do. 4 o'clock, I do. I hit the gym. Yes, I'm 50. I'm fit. I keep it moving.
No excuses.
So
No excuses.
my question is, how many hours do you suggest I put in it? Like, I do want a work balance. I do want a life balance, because I've worked a job and I have a 401k. I mean, I'm not rich or anything, but I understand when you guys are a little younger, you're doing this hardcore. But for me, I don't want it to consume all my time. However, I am willing to put in the time. So I'm not willing to do it 7 days a week, but I am willing to give half of that if I can. So what time would I have to put in for these cold calls to be able to consistently, meet my goal? Of course, there are other logistics involved. I do understand that. But how many hours are you thinking that I do want to have a life balance once again? Because I don't have to do this all in to feed my family, because I do have that. So that's what I would like to know from you guys.
Noah, you want to start off with
Is your goal, before anyone answers, is your goal, you said 2 different things number wise. I just want to be aligned before you give advice. Are you trying to make 20 to 30K a month, or are you trying to do just 100K a year?
So 100K a year is doable, and 20 to 30 is doable as well, because I know how I am, and much like Noah, I know God, I know He's real, amen, Noah, that I know what I can do. Like, I'm 50, I can blow some of the 20-year-olds out the door, trust me.
That's what I'm talking about.
Not that, I mean, we're all winning, of course. I don't have to have somebody motivate me. I'm self-motivated because I have entrepreneurial, that drive in me. So I'll do what I need to do. But so to answer your question, if I did 20 grand a month, I'm cool with that. Trust me.
Yeah.
My goal is not 100,000 a month, although I probably will do 100,000 a month. But my goal is not to eat, breathe, everything wholesale, because I want, because I'm a little older and I do have a little cushion because I worked my job for 28 years. You know what I'm saying? And my son is, 22. So the question is maybe 20 grand, maybe 30 grand. But at this juncture, I'm not interested in maybe really putting systems in. I may do a team eventually, maybe some of my nephews working for me, maybe, but I'm not trying to grow so I don't have a life at this juncture.
Yeah. I got you. No, what do you think?
That's a tough one. I guess I know you say you're not really interested in systems. I would say if you're trying to automate 20, 30 grand a month, it's going to happen by systems. You know what I mean? So I would say my first question, if you were my student, is how much money are you playing around with right now? How much money are you willing to invest in your business right now? Because it's either you're going to pay by sweat equity and you're going to put the work in to make 20, 30 grand a month, or you're going to pay with dollars and be able to almost automate 20 to 30 grand a month. You know what I'm saying? So you're either going to want to hire cold callers, you're going to want to hire closers, and maybe you do the dispo and the transaction coordination. Or maybe, I mean, let's say you do have the time and you do have the sweat equity you're willing to put in, then maybe that's when you're calling and closing yourself. But other than that, if you really want to, I wouldn't say 20 grand could just appear, but if you got the mentality and you're willing to put some money into it, then it would definitely be a lot easier. But ultimately, it just depends on what you're playing with right here. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I want to do it to learn the business. I understand from others who have been doing this a long time. I don't want to just hire VAs. I need the English to be correct. I do everything with stellar professionalism. So I like to learn the system. So yes, I will be putting sweat equity in, but at some point I will maybe hire, my nephews, a couple that can do that. I'm not interested in hiring a bunch of VAs out from Vietnam or, no offense to anybody, excuse me. But what I'm saying is, if I run this, it's going to be run with my son and maybe my nephew who know hard work. Do it that way, but I will put sweat equity in it. I'm not interested in it being $100,000 a month. You know what I mean? That's not, because I do want to have a life, but I will put sweat equity to learn. I have to learn to understand a system before I tell someone else to do it. I need to learn what I'm doing before I can tell somebody else what to do, because I want to be efficient and effective. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got it. And I would say that last part, that's exactly it. As long as you know, okay, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, 4, 5. You can then give that to somebody else. You can say, hey, you handle step 1, 2, and 3. They handle step 4 and 5. Boom, automated. You're out of the business except for, you always hear, hey, they're not going to do what you expect. They're going to do what you inspect, which is what I've learned with my little sister. I'm finally like, okay, I don't need to be closing people all day, which is what I'm used to doing. Let me give it to her. Let me finally, because I'm pretty overbearing. I'm somewhat controlling. I finally am letting her do it. She's having more success than me. We're talking to 60-year-old men, 70% of the time. They would much rather talk to an 18-year-old girl than me. And so she's actually having a lot more success than I imagined. But the moment that you learn, okay, this is what goes into this, this is what goes into this, this is what goes into this, then you can put the pieces in the right situation, in the right place, and then you can just, you're just coaching them. You're making sure that they're in line, and you're hands off pretty much, other than just, hey, no, don't do that, do this. But you have to make sure, as long as you know yourself, hey, this is what goes into this part, this part, this part, then you can make sure that they are in line doing exactly what you need them to do. You know what I'm saying?
And on that, Lisa, just because I know that I'm just based off what you said, you want to put in the sweat equity for now, and then eventually you want to scale up. To answer your question more tactically, I'd say at least 3 to 4 hours, if you could. 3, really minimum 2, but I'd say 3 to 4 hours will put you in a really good spot. Of course, the more hours you put in, the more results you'll get as well.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Because I've been looking at YouTube videos, and these dudes are like, we're doing it 8 hours a day. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, it depends on how bad you.
I'm looking at like 8 hours a day. Are you kidding me?
I mean, it depends.
It's good for you guys.
Yeah, it depends how fast you want the success. Like if you want to get results super, super quick, the more time you put in, obviously it's a numbers game. Like to make everything simple, wholesaling is a numbers game. So Luca, he's 18 and he's fucking crushing it. And he has a lot, he has probably in terms of the clients that I see, his success went all the way up here. In a very fast pace. So we can ask Luca ourselves. Luca, how many hours do you put in every single day for wholesale?
I'm around the 6 hour mark at this point, but I'm trying to get it up to 7, 8.
Right. So 6 hours a day?
Yeah. 6 or 7 days a week.
So Luca, his success was right? He's putting 6 hours every single day. So it's really how fast you want to see results and how what is it? Yeah, just how fast you want to see results.
Right. Yeah. I'm definitely going to see results before July. I've already said that. So
100%.
without a doubt, that's gonna be it. Do we have any females in this group who have testimonies, or am I gonna be the first one?
Oh, we got Ashley in here.
Yeah.
I wish Patrice was in here. Where's
Yeah,
Patrice?
there's usually Ashley, Patrice, and Mona.
Yeah.
Patrice and Mona, they're also moms too, and they have real estate experience, I believe. Well, I know Patrice is. I'm pretty sure Mona is.
Yeah.
But they are very same boat as you. You know, like they run with class, they run with style, professionalism based off their previous experiences. But yeah, I think it just comes down to like this is a business you're starting, right? And the way you sounded, you're building this as a business with people in place. That entrepreneur grind in the beginning is so different for everyone because some people can learn within 3 hours a day. Some people it'll take 10 hours a day, right? But it's more about just hitting those thresholds. Like, hey, when do I feel comfortable with acquisitions? Now I can sub this out to my nephew or my daughter, right? Or my son. When do I feel comfortable with dispo? Now I can sub this out because if something comes up, I can teach them. But I would think the best thing for you is just start going day to day and putting in as much time as you can if your goal is to get this to that point as soon as possible. Because you just have to put in, it's a numbers game. Like Roy said, the more hours you put in, the faster your results are going to come.
Yeah.
Can I also ask, what made you come up with the number 8 for the rentals? Like, where'd that?
Well, I'm in another investment group, but it's not wholesale. And that's my number of what I would like. Well, what number 8 for me is because I'm gonna have 8 doors, single family birds. I'm doing some work that I wanna have paid off. So that's the door amount with the income coming in. I'm interested in rental. I've done investment properties in DC during a tsunami, as I called it, 2006 and 2007. I got caught up in that. However, so that's what I want to do long term. So that's my magic number of doors to calculate what I want to have coming in every month. So it's my calculation for me as my number for me to have coming in every month, and I want to have my property paid off. That's my retirement on top of what I have just for me. So that's my calculation of 8 doors in my area of where I live. So it's a calculation that's used in another group I am that they do BRRRRs and ADUs because that's where I want to go. But the wholesaling is something where I can get the cash flow and doing to further what my little small portfolio that I want for me.
Okay.
Hey, real quick, I don't want to, this is the last thing I want to just cut anybody off. It is 10:15 where I'm at. I got to wake up and grind tomorrow. I got nothing but love for you guys. I'm leaving a quick message in the chat. I just want to say I really appreciate the opportunity, man. And guys, let me tell every single person in here, you will be doing yourself a disservice if you're not bothering Roy with how much you're calling him. Same with Parker. These guys they're amazing. I love every moment I get to talk with them. Guys, I still book calls with Roy today. So I just want to let you guys know that. I got to hop off here. Got nothing but love for you all. Let's go chase greatness and fall nothing short.
Appreciate you,
Thank
Noah.
you, Noah.
Please out, Noah.
Appreciate that.
Erickson, you got a question, brother?
Yes, I'm kind of like, I've been calling too, like for, I would say 4 hours a day. I should be calling more. But after 5 o'clock, that's when I stopped cold calling and I started doing follow-ups. So by 7 o'clock, for example, sometimes I'm like, now my wife is in Detroit. I'm alone at home and I feel like I should be doing something. So what do you guys do like for your business after hours, like when you cannot call anybody else?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. For me, it's different every single day. So like usually what I try to do after I can't talk to anybody is dial in any back end organization or plans usually for the following day. I go through and review my whole day, who I talk to, and then figure out what I need to provide to them, write it down, almost create a schedule for the next day. And then I also do a lot of brain dumping on my vision of my business, right? Like, okay, what did I do today to help me get to that goal of 100K a month? And then critique little things throughout the day that would help me get there. But Yeah, usually for me, I try to get done by for like 8 p.m. personally. But like Roy, I know Roy works till like his mind flows the best late. So Roy will work till 10 or 11. So I'm gonna hand this over to him and let him give you his 2 cents on what he does after hours.
Yeah, so for me, it's usually going to be team management for your position. When you're just kind of like solo, obviously you won't have a team, but it's going to be tracking your KPIs, right? Kind of seeing, are you hitting your targets? Are you on track to hit your weekly targets? So what I like to set is quarterly targets, weekly targets, daily targets, and then the weekly and daily are just reverse engineered from the monthly targets from the monthly targets. So what I'm going to be doing is seeing, okay, am I on track to hit my KPIs? If not, what could I be doing better? Then I try to take a step back as well, and I want to see all the fires in the business. So I see, okay, I need to be doing this. I need to be doing this. What is the biggest fire that I need to put my attention to? Usually I'm journaling about what needs to be fixed, what systems needs to be fixed, and then also for just you want to do your visionary work as well. Where do you want to take the company? Then you want to set the goal of where you want to take the company and what needs to be put in place for you to get there. So whenever I was just like, okay, cool, my goal is a consistent $50,000 a month. Okay, what team members do I need to have in place in order for me to hit $50,000 a month? Okay, cool. And then what order am I going to hire these people in? So I'm just planning out, okay, I'm doing this every single day when I'm actively wholesaling, but I want to know, how am I going to exit this phase once I close my first deal? Like, you're still on the journey of closing your first deal. I know that. You should already have a plan of the first person you're going to hire as soon as you close your first deal. So I'd say a lot of visionary work, and then do a lot of journaling. Clarity is going to be really important in your business in this phase. Like, I got this from being a stock trader. So at the end of my stock trading days, I would journal which trades did I take, which ones were profitable, which ones weren't profitable. And I would say, okay, why did I take this trade and why was it profitable? Why did I take this trade and then why wasn't it profitable? What should I avoid next time? So you could be doing that as in reviewing your calls and really critiquing on how you did for that day so you can be better the next day. It's almost like Kobe and Jordan always watch their game tape. You should be doing the same thing for your calls as well. So that's usually what I'm doing after hours.
Thank you, guys.
I got a question.
What's up, Cody?
So I've been gone. I got like a last minute deployment thing for the military I had to go to. So like I'm in the military, like my only job. But like they pretty much live your life for you, like where to be, when to be there, what to wear. How do you like? I have a hard time like planning or keeping my life or organizing my days. Do you have any advice for that?
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. So one,
Are you full military or reserves?
I was active duty for 5 years and now I'm reserve.
Yeah.
So they live your life for you pretty much where to be.
Yes. So do you go out? I had a friend that is Marine reserves. It's once a month, correct? You go out, or is it
once a month and then 2 weeks in the summer? But I'm in special forces, so I got a special deployment I had to go to for 2 months.
Gotcha. Roy, you want to take it, or you want me to answer this one?
Yeah. So this is what you want to do. So first, you want to get really good with a Google Calendar and time blocking. That's going to be your number one skill right now. It's just learning how to time block. And once you create that time blocking, everything is going to get in the way of you trying to actually achieve wholesaling and following through with your calendar. So whenever you're called out to deploy or whatever you're called out to do, let's say you have to run some type of emergency, do the emergency, take care of it. And then once you're done, get it in when you can. That's the best advice I can give you. So you'll have everything all time blocked. So then whenever you're called out, let's say you come back, you just go straight back to your calendar and you're just like, okay, where am I supposed to be at for the day? All right, I'm supposed to be on the phones. I have 30 minutes left to get on the phones. Just get on the phones for 30 minutes. Just see if you can get it in as much as you can.
Okay.
That'll be my advice. It's gonna be super stressful, by the way. It's gonna be super stressful just because of your situation. But like what Noah said, the best way to do is just go.
I don't have any like appointments or anything, so I'm pretty much like free throughout the whole day. I just have a hard time planning like when I wake up, what to do throughout the day and what time to like end it.
I would say literally get really good in the Google Calendar, and then I'll send you over my calendar or the best schedule for you. Just text it in the group chat and Slack. I'll send a screenshot because I think we made one before, but we'll make another one. I'll take a screenshot of a Google Calendar that I want you to follow, and the time to wake up, time to go to the gym, time to actually cold call, time to do follow-ups, and just follow that to the T.
I'll pull up my calendar right now, Cody, and show you, because Roy helped me out with mine. This is like what mine looks like, and I try my best to follow this to a T every day. But I usually hit the gym in some time, but finish gym by 9. Then I do like morning care, which is me just showering, getting ready, doing mental work, or manifestations. That's also like mental work. But you see how like I have everything just blocked off into slots. Where it's like this should be at 12, but I do like dispo from 10 to 12. Then I'm calling my new leads, and I'm not doing I don't cold call because I have a VA now, but it's just like it's not too hard to structure, right? Just start writing down, right? Like, okay, what do you do each day, right? Do you go to the gym? Do you cold call? Do you do follow-ups? And then just break down and find which times work best for you and also will provide the most efficiency for you to succeed. But it's generally as simple as having the calendar will really help putting it there, because I get lost throughout my days and I look and I'm like, oh shit, like it's time to call new leads, right? And it almost just becomes like it's a non excruciating thought because I'm just seeing and acting. You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
That's a beautiful. That's a good looking calendar.
That helps.
That's a good looking calendar, by the way, Parker.
What'd you say?
That's a good looking calendar, by the way.
Thank you. Wonder who made it. Anyone else got any other questions? Or I'm gonna be headed out in like 5 minutes. But anyone got any other questions?
Can we ask questions?
Yeah, I have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
My question was based on, I know throughout your video you use Sundays as an off days. Do you think Sunday is a good or bad day to call people just because it's Sunday? But most people are usually at home trying to get ready for the week. You know?
I personally, and I just think this is how I was raised. I was raised in a very Christian household. Like Sundays for me were always just like the day of rest. You know what I mean? So like that's just how I've always looked at it. But for me personally,
Okay.
but that's just me personally, right? I have never ever worked or cold called on Sundays, but a lot of realtors do, and it's very common because it is a day, like you said, that people are off. So like I'm not opposed to you trying it, right? There's no harm in trying it. If it works for you, it works for you. But Sundays are very I just use them as a massive recoup day because I work 10, 12 hours a day for 6 days a week.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, I've tried Sundays one time. I've tried Sundays one time. It didn't work out for me. So I just never did it after that.
I had asked in the chat, but I want to know if there's anyone in here who could help one-on-one. Cause I watch the videos and I study, but I'm more of a person. I'm more of a type of learner who has to not step by step, but someone who to assist. You know.
Sure. Yeah, no, for sure. What I'd recommend is we have those virtual office hours that are Monday through Friday for 5 hours a day, where either myself and or Roy will be in there. And if one of us aren't, there's someone in that group, either Dominic Erickson, Luis, John Lucas, somebody in there that is experienced that can help answer questions. But the best way for you to start feeling confident, and this is taking action. Like we can provide, like as Noah said, I can answer thousands of your questions, right? Thousands of your concerns. I could hop on calls with you 100%, but you have to figure out your own style, right? And figure out what works best for you. We provide the tools, but we can't force you to implement, right? We'll help you implement, but when it comes to actually taking action, we can't critique what we don't know is damaged. Does that make sense? So we could, if you need help getting launched and getting started, 100%, we'll do everything we can to get that done as fast as possible, but we can't help you scale or work on anything until we see what you're struggling with. Right?
Yeah. And then are you in beta or alpha?
Beta.
You're in beta? Okay. I'll make sure to add the office hours to the beta program.
All right, thanks.
Cool.
Who else was talking before Someone
Yeah.
else had a question at the same time as someone else.
Yeah. Are we talking about this point still? Like, you know, if I have a deal?
Dispoing?
What'd you say?
You said, are we talking about dispo?
Yeah, dispo. Like I have
Always talking about dispo, dude. What's up?
Yeah, I got a property. I'm sorry, it's kind of like this. But yeah, I got a property. I mean, do you want to look it up maybe?
Oh yeah. Is this the one you needed help running comps on?
No, not necessarily, because it's in one of those low income areas. I mean, you can run some comps. I mean, of course, but let me just give you the address.
What is it you need help with on this one? So catch me up to speed.
I got it on a contract for $20K, and yeah, I guess that's what I want to know. Like, how would you comp it?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What's the address? I'm on PropStream. Let me share my
480.
screen. 1 second.
Yeah.
Go for it.
489 Webb Road.
Rev?
Webb, like a spider web. Yeah, Webb with 2 B's. Road. Dothan, Alabama.
In Alabama.
I feel like I could get it off for 30, maybe 27. But
So you lock this up for 20?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at something real quick because it said on. Do you have PropStream?
Yeah.
So on PropStream, if you ever see anything that says, if you ever see MLS details on PropStream, that means there is some record of it recently, of it being on market. So like I clicked on it, right? It says it's off market, but it was on market for 1,300 days for 15,000. So yeah, I'm just confirming on Zillow. But that was also in 2020, so that was okay. That was a long time ago. But this one on PropStream, it shows that it was. Oh, that's when they took it down. All right, they took it down on the February 13th. Okay, let me look at comps. But yeah, that's something I'd also look into anytime. If you ever see MLS details, see what it is with the MLS details.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then what's the situation with this? Does it need a full gut?
That's what he tells me. Yeah, he admitted it needs everything. He also told me that the pictures online are current, so
okay.
I kind of went off that too.
So you locked this up for 20. What did you get for ARV? And then what would you estimate for rehab?
Let me see. ARV, honestly, how I did it was I didn't really pick any particular like comps. I just kind of went like market surfing, you know, looking for properties that look like it, and just basically putting a price on it, putting a price on it and sell it, you know, and want to sell it higher than what I, you know, got it under contract for. I mean, I didn't really pick any properties. I might have been out bad idea, but you know.
Yeah, I'd always recommend getting comps because that's your investors are going to need comps. That's how you get your ARV. That's how you find your value. That's how you can estimate a profit for the buyer you're finding it for. So always, and that goes for everyone. You need to get comps for every deal that you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look like what'd you say you got for ARV, like 90 or something thousand, or like that's what you think it could sell for after everything, or did you generally just like shoot a number based off what you were seeing?
That part.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything in the area that has sold for that size for over 50 grand, like 55 grand. So if you locked it up for 20 and it is needs a full rehab at 1,000 square feet.
How I was thinking is that a builder might just want to have it, you know.
Yeah, but if there's nothing new in that area that's built, there's not going to be a builder that wants it. Because there's like nothing in the area that's renovated. Like this is your little bubble right here, and the highest sold thing was 55,000, and that's a livable home with just a very outdated interior. But it even looks like some of the rooms were updated. So if you locked it up for 20 and the house is 1,000 square feet, it needs a full gut rehab. That's like 50 grand in rehab, 40 to 50 grand in rehab, which would put you at over the price that the highest property is sold for in that area.
So I should just let it go.
Yeah, I would think maybe you could sell this one for 20 grand, maybe just based off like, look at this one. This one's a shit box, and this one sold for 20 grand. And that's like the cheapest thing in the area. Here's another super crappy one that sold for 15. So, if I were you, you already have it locked up.
I feel like he would have took less. I mean, the way he said yes so quick, and he got me thinking maybe I could go back and,
Yeah, so so he probably said yes because you offered him more than he wasn't able to get it sold for when it was on market.
Right.
But do you have it locked up already? Is it under contract?
No, maybe I spoke too fast. I'm sending him the contract tonight.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but he's so eager. I kind of counted it as that.
Yeah, I wouldn't just look like. Is it this level of shitbox, like this one right here, like the outside's falling apart?
Nah, it ain't like that.
I would then probably offer 10 grand and then see if you can find an investor for like 15.
Okay.
And that's only because there's no comps. It's like if you feel good about it, you think you can move it, I'm all for it. But it's just looking at it's going to be a more challenging one because there's not new homes that are rented. There's not flips. No one's flipping in the area, right? These are people that are going to be holding these properties, it looks like. So yeah, I would try to lock it up for as cheap as possible.
Yeah, that's what I meant by builders. Like, I'm thinking like a builder will buy it for 20 just to put some work into it and just have it as a rental property.
Yeah. It might move at 15 to 20. It's just very, very hard to say because there's generally no comps in the area. There's no new builds. I just generally can see what has been sold, and nothing has sold for under 15 grand besides this one that is like falling apart and on stilts almost. So I would try to just lock it up as cheap as possible. Make sure you have reach out to buyers as fast as possible and just start getting numbers after you lock it up and then see what you need to do.
10 the highest?
Yeah, I wouldn't lock it up for more than 10.
Gotcha. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Well, never mind. Yeah, I'll just save it for next session.
Okay. Sounds good. Does anyone else have any other questions before I head out? All right. Well, appreciate everyone hopping in. I hope Noah provided you guys a lot of inspiration and game. I will be back into Slack chats, answering, being available one-on-one starting tomorrow. So I will try to catch up with everyone as soon as I can, but hope everyone has a good rest of the weekend. Go lock some deals up this weekend and hope everyone stays safe. Peace.
So.